What's going on, y'all? This is Teasy with Let's Talk RCs, Let's Talk Game. I know it's been a while. I've been putting some things together, making some adjustments to the Big Rock over here. What we're gonna do is get it outside. Let's check out the shocks, man. I got some good and bad about them. So with that being said, let's get into the video. What's going on? This your boy Teasy with Let's Talk RCs and Let's Talk Gaming. And today, we're gonna talk RCs. Let's get into it. What we got today is we're gonna do a ride on the Big Rock 223S. As you can see, what we got done to it, we did the 17mm hexes, as well as we did some shocks, some eBay shocks. We took the Arrma shocks off, which aren't bad, but I want some adjustability. So we're gonna go through a little thing I call finding the right suspension for this truck, right? That's a terrible name, but either way, we're gonna go with that. But we're gonna be on a journey to find the best shock setup for me now, not for everybody. So the suspension setup is gonna be different. So what I did today with the Big Rock, let's take that off. And we did the eBay brand shocks, okay? They're adjustable. The problem with these are they don't have bladder, so I want to say they're emotion shocks. I tried filling them up and making sure I got the air out of them, but then when I tried to collapse them, they would not collapse at all. So I had to, go through a little bit of homework to, halfway fill it, collapse while letting a little bit of air out, and just going through it. And I had to get it to where these they bounce in the back, which I know they're not adjusted, but the front is okay. But I'm used to bladders. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna put a 3S battery in here, and we're gonna take it outside and give it a little go. I never even broke this baby out the box. Video, it might be a real short video. If the ride is just terrible, I'm gonna make the video a little bit shorter. I do wanna see how these sledgehammers run on here. But this journey here, we're gonna go with finding the best shocks. What I did to these was I took the collars and everything off of the stock shocks, and I gave it some space so I don't have to bottom these out. I can go with a thicker fluid in here, but like I said, this is just a test run to see how everything runs on here. We're gonna do, after we do this one, we're gonna rebuild this. That's in a further longer, different video, but I'm going with the version 6 inside, so I can get the version 6 in the body, you know what I'm saying? But that's in a different video. Right now, we're gonna work on the 3S. We're gonna throw a battery in here, and we'll get back with you on that. Let's do a test with the 17mm hex. We're gonna start off on 75%. We ain't gonna go all the way out. She got a little wobble in her. She got a lot of bounce in her. That's the part I don't like right here. The brakes feel good. Turning feels good because we got the wide body on. Outside of that, it feels actually good. Yeah, them sledgehammers do real good. All right, let's bring it over here. We're going to 100% now. Let's go. That ain't bad. It gets out of here. Now let's see about jumps. She climbed out of it. See that bounce in it? And it's keeping it planted. I like that. But as far as the jumping, see how she bottoming out in the back? That's what I don't like. So we're gonna find us a shock right? We're gonna find a shock that keeps it from bouncing. What's up, dude? 3S is pretty sweet for this. I'm gonna still go 6S eventually. Still gonna go 6S because I like my Creighton. You get all this bounce right there. I don't mind it too much, but it's hard to control when you're trying to turn, see? Let me get my son set up and we'll be right back with you. All right, we back. Got my son set up over there. The Nero, the Xeno, not Nero. So let's get back out here. Yeah, these shocks. So what we're gonna do in the next video is I'm probably gonna do another shock. And if y'all have suggestions, put them in the comments. The Big Rock itself is an awesome vehicle. I really like it how it sits. I ain't mad about it. I just don't like them shocks. Oh my goodness. And the only reason I swap these out is because where it's bottoming out. And I'm on a mission with all of my vehicles not to bottom out. I don't like that. And that can come from adjusting, probably just me not adjusting it right. Let me know. But the front, I'm pretty much, you know, that bounce, that kickback, is probably because I need to loosen up the spring tension. Could be, but right now, we're gonna run it like that. And that little thing is tough. I saw you. All right, so we made it back in with both of the rigs semi together. My son, unfortunately, with his wholesome Xeno, he hit a curb real hard and he pretty much knocked this out. So not a hard fix. I ain't gonna say it's the easiest fix. So what we're gonna try to do is knock his back together because most of his parts are mainly plastic. So I'm assuming that we can just pop this back in there and be back in the game. So we're gonna take a look at that. If you can see up in there, we've pretty much popped that out. But everything else on this truck, man, it held up pretty good for it to be a little budget $70 truck. Don't look like those. So let's see. There we go, they pop out. Okay. I thought I just gotta pop them out. There we go. Now, here's your axle. This is what happened right here. The axle actually broke right there. Now we can kind of fix this, maybe, but it's gonna take some hot glue, which I may go ahead and do. Yeah, we're gonna run it like it is. I don't see a problem with it at all. She's good to go. It's a pretty strong little piece. You pop these in. That is actually a nice design, and those pop in and screw, man, this will hold just like that without the screws, man. Truthfully, these will hold without screws. But the fact that they went an extra step and put these screws in, man, man, I cannot complain about that. You cannot complain about that. These go in real good. So we essentially got his ready to go. His is actually ready to go. Yeah, he's ready now. Because his wheel wasn't moving. Axle should be strong enough to hold it. I want to say she's strong enough to hold. Let's turn her out this way, let you see. So you can see where it's broke right there. But she's rolling on her own accord. Doesn't give you enough power or torque to snap it out of there, so we'll be all right. We're gonna call this one fixed for now. Let's go to the Big Rock. All right, the Big Rock. Let's talk about what went on. Tires are good. I love those. Body is very strong. The ESC system is good in it. It's plenty of power for what this is. It is plenty of power. There's no doubt about this not having power. Okay, we can do Papa Willies. They got a little spot back here for a wheelie bar. It is actually excellent. So what's the problem? It's the shocks, basically. So let's get her set up here. Right. Let's get this body off. Body is perfect. Like I said, I love this setup. These springs, like I said, they're not, do I want to call them bad? I don't want to call them bad yet. I just want to say I don't know about them. Let's go ahead and undo this battery. Go ahead and undo that. I was using a battery that didn't do it justice. So if you're in the comment section and you see it, I am running a Traxxas 6400 milliamp 50C burst. You can hit me in the comment section. It is what it is. Got to put her on charge. She died on me because, like I said, I didn't charge it in a while. We're going to talk about the shocks, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm mixed with them. I'm going to do my research and make sure that I got them properly set, because if you look at my Creighton, as a matter of fact, let's look at the Creighton as far as how it's set up. And I know you can argue that these are two different setups, but I want two things for my Big Rock. I don't want bottoming out. I don't want chassis slap. So it's kind of a mixture in between. And if we go to my Creighton over here, if we look at my Creighton, check this out. I'm gonna drop it on the ground. I'm gonna bring this down here and I'll show you a mix between non-bottoming out. Like I said, she doesn't bottom out. She's not bottoming out. But then when I drop it, watch this. She's flat. We'll move this. She's flat. Flat. That's what I want. I don't bash that one as much as anymore because, like I said, I don't have a lot of cars like I used to. I pretty much like to hit the track. I got some trenchers, Proline trenchers. With these, like I said, 10 scale sledgehammers off the Traxxas Max. I still got the Ragnaroks over there, never been touched. I'm not a big fan of the Ragnaroks. If you want the Ragnaroks, I mean, we can set something up and you pay shipping, you can have them. But I didn't want to go, I think these are 14 millimeter. I didn't want those. So I didn't want 14 millimeters. Only reason, they never been ran on before. So if you want those, you can pay shipping. I'll send them to you. The setup on here is bouncy. Bouncy and it chassis slaps. We are on a mission not to chassis slap. So if you got any kind of shock suggestions, I'm looking at Arrma 4S shocks. I want something that's adjustable and I want something with bladders in them. I can't do the emotion style because I don't have enough experience to, know how to set those, obviously, with what I got right there. So we're gonna do that. So on my next video, I'm gonna try out some new shocks. I'm not gonna tell you what they are. Just put some suggestions in the message board and I'll look over those and, we'll go from there. So with that being said, we rode the truck today. Man, it runs real good. I have no complaints about the drivability of the Big Rock. I love it. I love the height. I love the stats and everything on it. It's just the shocks. When I got them out the box and I threw it and I dropped it on the ground from about 3 feet, the front. Now the back don't chassis slap as much at first. Now, and plus I didn't bottom out the adjustments and I'm not going to, but they did, it do bottom out. That's why I had got the chassis protectors, the red chassis protector from the beginning, from the very start. I always put those protectors on them. I did it on the Granite that I never drove. But we're gonna go from there with that and we'll catch you on the next one. So with that being said, this is Mr. IQ with Let's Talk RCs, Let's Talk Gaming. And today we talked RCs. Peace.